This is Gary Giffen, the founder and owner of Jolly Dolly, and he just invited me on a warehouse tour of his shop. We're going to show you where everything is fabricated, designed, welded, put together, the whole nine, and even a repair shop. This is going to be awesome. And then a little bit later, Gary's going to reveal to us just how many dollies have gone out that rolling door to bounce house operators just like you.
Thanks, Nick. I'm going to take y'all through the whole process and show you a little bit of everything, what goes on here at Jolly Dolly. This is where we make everything.
This is going to be awesome, so let's get inside. I can't wait to show you guys what is behind those doors. Okay, we are here inside now where it is much cooler. Gary has awesome fans set up everywhere, so nice and cool here in hot Louisiana. So we're here watching a dolly actually get fabricated. So Gary, why don't you kind of give us a little bit of a behind the scenes here of what's going on?
Sure. Well, we start off with laser cut parts like this, and then we assemble a dolly and a jig like this so that everything is perfect. Every dolly is exactly the same because it's in the jig. He's got it actually flipped over now. It's come out of the jig and he's welding on it, and pretty soon it's going to be done.
This is freaking exciting to watch it actually come together. Can't wait to show you guys some more around the shop. Okay, we are now in a very cool and colorful area. I love seeing all of the colors. All right, Gary, where are we at now?
This is the storage area where we keep the powder-coated frames of dollies. They're waiting for assembly here, and you can see all the different color options, and this isn't even all of them. We do more than that.
Yeah, these are great. Classic Jolly Dolly. What is this? It's caution red, caution yellow?
It's safety yellow. Also known as Jolly Dolly yellow.
Jolly Dolly yellow. And I love that you've added the colors. The blue is cool.
Green is a favorite.
The green is awesome.
Purple is up and coming because of being in Louisiana with LSU.
So quick shout out to Oliver at Bounce World NOLA. He came by to buy some bounce house cleaner from me because he was just near my warehouse, my shop, and he had the purple one that he had just got. And so he said, you got to come check out this Jolly Dolly. And so I checked out Oliver's purple one, and then that's kind of how this video all came together. So shout out to you, Oliver. Okay, we are now over with the manual dolly. So none of these are motorized. These are super awesome. We have a red one, a custom red one that I had Gary. I paid him extra money so he'd make it red for us. These things are so heavy duty, so amazing. And now Gary's actually making them with 4 wheels. So it has this bottom caster wheel. So Gary, show us how that works. I think this is the coolest design ever.
Yeah, we call this the quad dolly, and it's got collapsible rear wheels. And it's as simple as doing it one-handed with the strap. You can fold it up, fold it down. You would fold it up for storage, or when you're got to go up a ramp and you really need to get it down low to get up the ramp.
There's a lot of different dollies that have these legs now where they fold down, and they're great. We used it on ours the other day. The trailer was so full, had to fold the wheels down to make the gate close. But then how easy that one is just crazy. It's like, I mean, that easy. That's the first time I've ever done it. So, okay, we're inside now in the office where there's air conditioning. It feels fantastic. Lots going on here. So talk us through this, Gary. What do we got here?
Well, this right here is the parts area. So we keep parts on hand in case somebody needs parts for their dolly. And then back here is the workbench area. This is where we make wire and harnesses. We do little assemblies like for winch modules and stuff like that. We got all the wire and connectors and all that stuff we keep back here.
So you guys build your own wiring harnesses?
Oh yeah, all that stuff we do, yeah.
Interesting. So basically you built an entire dolly in here before anything else, and then this gave you the specs to go actually make it out of metal.
Correct, yeah. The main reason that I do the 3D modeling ahead of time, because you can kind of look at all those different scenarios ahead of time before you waste time trying to build them and then find out they don't work.
Right.
You know, on a motorized dolly, there's a lot of geometry that's important, like the angle of the plate to the frame, the angle of the frame when it's standing up, the angle of the frame when it's pulled back. Those are some of the major measurements that are going to make a huge difference in how the dolly handles, how hard it is to pull things back.
Yep.
Is that good enough?
Yeah. Yep. That was good. That was very good. Okay, now we're kind of in like the repair center, if you will. So you can see this one was like a peg leg, so it's getting a new leg here. Yeah, so you guys repair everything here.
We do repairs here. We have a lot of local customers that bring their dollies here. We also have people that aren't local that ship their dollies here if there was something major wrong with them that they need repaired. This one, it's an older dolly, the leg broke off, so we're putting a whole new leg on that one. This one I think is just here for an axle replacement. And plus we help people repair their own dollies if they're not able to bring them here.
The amount of just force and stress and just beating up that happens with these dollies is kind of crazy. How expensive they are, and then how hard we are on them. And then if you're an operator that has employees, I promise they're twice as hard on it as you ever will be.
Oh yeah.
So shit's just gonna break. It just is what it is. But it's awesome to have you guys be, you know, we're close, so we just get to drive over here. But it's awesome that you guys have kind of the in-house thing where you guys fix them all. When one of these breaks, it's about the worst day of your entire life.
Yeah, you want it back as quickly as possible. So we try to prioritize this stuff and get people back up and running as soon as possible.
Yeah, you forget how hard this is until you have to push manually again. Okay, so we saw the dollies over in the storage area. That were frames, they were powder coated, nice and colorful. Now this is where they come to get turned into the real thing, right?
Yeah, this is the assembly area for motorized dollies. We have multiple workstations. We do all the assembly here. We put in the motors, the axles, all the switches, all the accessories. Pretty much everything is put in right here.
Crazy how complex of a whole system it takes to manufacture these. It's so interesting to see the behind the scenes here, because you know, we see them for what they are, which is the tools, until like something goes wrong, right? And I'd have to take one of mine apart and kind of goof with the inside, and I can see how complex it all is. But seeing the behind the scenes is so interesting. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's something like 200 parts that go into this if you count every screw and washer and everything. So it's a lot to do. And it doesn't take us that long, but that's only because we do so many.
Super amazing. This is a finished and complete product here in the wonderful green color. So I want to kind of showcase some of the things that are on this dolly, and then Gary, you can kind of fill in the gaps of what I don't know about. Sure. So the first thing you're going to see, I think that's most eye-catching, is the winch right here. As far as the design on the winch goes, I know you guys have the batteries in here, and the charger is all, like, what's all the goods?
It's all self-contained, the winch system. So you turn it on with a toggle switch. You get a battery status indicator to show you how much battery. There's a charger on board to charge the battery. It's got a separate battery just for the winch. So it's all self-contained. You don't need to bring a battery with you. You don't have to guess how charged it is. It's also got this pulley up here, and this is so that you can stand an inflatable up if you want to.
For those lazy days, or I guess you could, for the super big slides, right? If you got some crazy 30-footer, 40-footer, something like that. The other thing that I think was super unique that I'd never seen before until I saw, you had a blue one at IAPA that I kind of saw and played with a little bit.
Yeah.
But here, Zay, come get this. Back here, there's like a little kickstand.
Yeah, we call that the foot pedal, and that's what you use for, you know, getting leverage to pull the dolly back.
When I was talking to Oliver, he said it was the greatest thing ever. He's like, I don't understand how and why it's so effective, but he said that rocking back pretty much any inflatable that he has because of this little foot pedal here is super easy. And then you've also got your straps.
Yep, retractable ratchet straps.
There's two, so that way when your guys break one, you've got a backup already on there.
Plus you have this curvature to it, and that's to help keep the inflatable on the frame so it doesn't roll off to the side. That, in combination with these ratchet straps, really helps you secure the inflatable.
So when you plug into charge, which looks like here, yeah? Does this charge the winch and the battery?
It does. You just plug a standard extension cord into that, and you'll get both batteries charging simultaneously. You got LED indicators on the back of the dolly to show you when it's charging and when it's fully charged, in addition to the battery indicators that show you the state of charge that the batteries are currently in.
That's so cool that it's all one plug, one extension cord, charges everything, and you don't got to worry. You don't got to bring any extra stuff with you.
And you don't lose your charger. That's the important part. Or drop it and break it.
Yep.
Because that happens a lot.
Okay, so once the dolly is done, what then happens to make sure that it's like checked off and ready to go to the client?
We have a rigorous testing process. We do testing and then inspection. So testing is basically driving the dolly, putting weight on it, driving it around, putting it through its paces. And there's a set procedure for that to make sure everything is A-okay. If anything's wrong with it, it gets a red tag and goes back to the assembly area. Once it's past testing, then it goes on to inspection. That's where we have this long checklist, and we have 3 different people. This is a triplicate. So 3 different people check off on all these items to make sure that everything's done and nothing's been forgotten. Only after that does it get palletized and shipped out.
When you first made, whatever, your first dolly or your first few you were gonna sell, did you ever think it would turn into this?
No, not at all. I did it for friends that were in the business. I did it for my own business because I was in the business for 15 years. I had no idea it would turn into this.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. All the stuff, all the drills and the saws and the I don't know, it's a lot. It's just so cool to see. Now for the best part of the video, potentially. So how many dollies do you think that you have made and sent out those doors to paying customers?
Well, in total, just over 1,500 dollies. We're averaging about 400 a year right now. That's motorized and non-motorized.
400, that's crazy.
It's a lot.
Like, you don't even think that there's that many bounce house businesses.
No, it amazes me every year that many people are getting in the business or expanding their business and need more dollies.
I got a DM the other day on Instagram, and guy says, I've got enough money to buy a motorized dolly or, you know, more units. Which should I do? Ended up finally telling him, I said, you need to do both. So if you buy more units, you're gonna get busier, but pushing manually is just insane how much more difficult it is. When you buy the motorized dolly, the business gets so much easier. You can hire easier. Like, I mean, I make the joke that it's the easiest job in the world once you have a motorized dolly.
Yeah, I hear that all the time from customers that it changed their life, changed their whole business, you know, and that's why I'm in the business.
Right.
I love hearing that.
You know, it happened to me. Like, we got one motorized dolly, everything got so much easier. I could buy slightly bigger stuff, I could buy more stuff, not afraid of it, and then the business starts to grow faster, so then what do you need? Another motorized dolly, and it just kind of becomes a snowball effect as long as you gotta be a good entrepreneur. But the motorized dolly just opens the gateway to scale so much more than you would think. It's such an investment that is worth its while. It's just crazy to me. If you guys wanna check these out, go to thejollydolly.com. Please subscribe, watch this new video, and you know, I love you. Peace out.